Good morning, guys. Happy New Year's Eve. Well, we made it through 2021, or at least will in about 16, 17 hours, thereabouts. The world's still here. That's a good thing. We didn't completely destroy it yet. But it's time to pay the piper. And I will always be the first to admit when I'm wrong. And so I thought I would do this. Last year, a year ago, still this year, on January 1st, I had given my 10 predictions for what was going to happen in 2021. I did better than average, but we'll see what happens. Overall, this is what I said. No matter how you slice it, folks, 2021 does not look pretty. The media is trying to paint a rosy picture because they view Democrats as demigods and saviors. We all know that's never the case. We haven't had a successful Democrat in the White House since Harry Truman. God knows Biden Harris is about as incompetent as a ticket as you can get. I'd say I was correct there, but that wasn't one of my top 10, if you will. So I wanted to go through the top 10 and take credit where credit's due and take a pie in the face where that's due, okay? So the first one I talked about was this. I pretty much expect this to be a flat year for the Dow and the S&P, but I think the NASDAQ is going to lose ground. So yeah, I think we'll all agree I was big time wrong on that for calling it by the end of the year. The Dow has been up about 20%, the NASDAQ about 25%, and the S&P about 30%. So yeah, that's a big difference from flat and down. Okay, now I will qualify this saying I still think the market is way overinflated and we are still in for a big drop, but unfortunately we missed a lot of the run up here. Okay. That's why I tell you guys I'm not giving you financial advice. It's always up to you guys. I did what I said I was going to do. I'm still happy with it because I used my money to pay off my house. I'm good there. Okay, but that was it. So the second one was this. Unemployment, another big one that kind of hits all of us, including me at the moment. We're currently at 6.7% unemployment. But that's the number of people who are collecting benefits. We have plenty of people who their benefits have run out. Okay, so the real number, the U6 rate, which is the real number of people unemployed, is currently 12%. And I know people argue about it, but that's the number that's published. Okay, I actually expect this number to go up. Okay, so this one you can kind of go back and forth on, and depending on how you want to do it, but I'll go off of exactly what I said last year, and this one I'd be wrong on as well. I quoted the U6 numbers on January 1st. At that point, we were at 12%. As of today, we are at 7.4. So where I said unemployment was going to go up, unemployment has actually gone down. Now, again, how you calculate it, what's going on, different story, but I'm going to compare apples to apples. I'm not going to twist statistics. I quoted U6. U6 was 12. U6 is now 7.4. So wrong number 2. So my track record so far sucks. Number 3 was this. We've all seen food prices go up 10% plus in 2020. Don't expect that to slow down anytime soon. So as a prepper, these are your biggest concerns. Food cost and food availabilities, as well as utility services, okay? Okay, no question on this one that I was correct. The error in this one would be underestimated inflation. When we were talking at the beginning of the year that inflation was already at 3%, whoop-de-doo, last numbers we saw, the way it's calculated was 6.7% thereabouts or something. And then, as I told you guys before, if you do calculate inflation the way it was back in the 80s, we're up in the mid-teens. So yeah, I'd say on this one, calling for inflation, yeah, I was pretty correct. Number four. Number four, taxes. Okay. Expect taxes to go up. Period. End of story. The end. All right. Not just because of a Biden presidency and the potential of Democrats to hold both houses of Congress, but also because of all these stimulus projects or stimulus payments and the pork projects. Somehow that has to be paid for. Okay. This one's a little hard to calculate because obviously they're still pushing stuff through, and we'll see what happens when we get the tax rates. But we have seen taxes on other things starting to come into play. You know, there's all sorts of push for higher income taxes. Inflation is certainly a hidden tax. So I'm going to call this one a wash, a tie. I can't say I'm correct, but I can't say I'm wrong. But yeah, taxes. Again, we know what's happening. They're going to go up. They have to. Okay, but inflation already has, and like I said, that's a hidden tax. Number five. Number five, housing and land purchases. Now, today, okay, January 1st, January 2nd, whenever you can, is the time to buy the house or the land you've been thinking about. Okay, this one, no question, we were right. The housing market, the average cost of a house this year, 2021, went up 19.6%. So yeah, like I said in there, buy your house on January 1st, January 2nd. That was the time to do it. Because if you think about it, you know, that $200,000 house that you could have had in January is now $240,000. Same house, nothing's changed. Yeah, so that's making it even more difficult for people to buy houses because I'm betting your paycheck didn't go up 20%, so it makes it harder to qualify for a house. And that ain't stopping anywhere either. Let's go on to number six. Number six, guns and ammo. Face it, guys, if you haven't got it by now, you're too late, okay? Guns can still be had, but we aren't going to see ammo on the shelves for this year. And if you do, you're going to be paying through the nose for it. I mean, okay, this one's a minor wrong, but still a wrong. I was talking about guns and ammo. Yes, you can still get guns, though they have gone up. The same AR-15 I bought for myself is about $100 more this year than it was last year. So the prices of weaponry have gone up. The prices of ammo, on the other hand, at least common calibers, and again, I'm going to compare apples to apples. I talked about 9mm rounds in there. The 9mm rounds that I talked about on January 1st that were going for about $1 a round are now going for about 50 cents a round. Still more than we were 2 years ago, but not what I thought was going to happen is they were going to continue to go up. We don't have the shortage we did before. It's not as expensive as it was before. But again, comparing apples to apples, I'm wrong. All right, moving on. Number seven. Food prices are going to continue to skyrocket, and gardening is your hedge against inflation on food. Okay. Now, if you can do animal husbandry and you can raise your own meat, hey, more power. I don't even want to think about buying beef right now at beef prices. This one, of course, is 100% correct. Food costs have gone up. Food availability has gone down. And I know some of you guys have said, you know, I haven't seen any shortages in my stores or anything like that. Okay. And that's hit and miss depending on where you are. It was funny, Mrs. P and I were at Walmart on Wednesday, and the store looked pretty stocked. Some of the frozen, the meats, the hams, the turkeys, stuff like that. And those could be because we just went through Christmas, that they're down. But those coolers looked a little empty. The one interesting part, there was an entire whole aisle in Walmart that was completely empty in food. Okay. That's not normal. All right. So what does that tell you? They took everything out of that aisle and they put it on some of the other ones. So, again, depends on where you are. But I mentioned in there saving money and gardening and, saving money from your food so you can pay your electric bill. Gee, I think that was pretty much spot on. So that one I'll say is a correct. Number eight. Number eight, civil unrest. Expect to see a lot of it this year. No matter who's sworn in on January 20th, millions of people are going to be pissed. And the divide, not only politically, but also racially, is going to be the driving force of 2021. You know the mainstream media is going to be fanning the flames. And then when you add in opening the borders, if Biden's inaugurated, expect all hell to break loose. What we saw with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor will be nothing compared to this year. Cities, lots of them, are going to burn in 2021. This is another one I'm going to call a tie, if you will. I can't say I'm right. I can't say I'm wrong. We saw January 6th, which obviously happened after January 1st. We saw the aftermath of Kyle Rittenhouse. We saw what we're seeing right now, the crime rates going through the roof, the looting. I mean, hell, when you've got the elites in Hollywood now screaming, I've got to put up barbed wire fences because I'm afraid they're going to break into my house. Okay, cities didn't burn, okay, like you had with Portland or Seattle or anything like that. But cities have gotten a hell of a lot more dangerous to be. So I'm going to call this one a tie. It's not a hell of a lot worse than it was after George Floyd or anything like that, but it ain't any better. So we'll say that. Number nine, COVID. Okay, it ain't going away, folks. It's a crisis that's serving its purpose. Could I have been any more accurate on that one? Gee, we'll just see a new variant. How many have we seen this year? I mean, I don't know. It seems like, 4 or 5 different ones. I don't remember what name we were using on January 1st, but, we're halfway through the Greek alphabet at this point. So, yeah. And again, never let a crisis go to waste. Hell, we're certainly no further ahead with the reaction to what was going on than we were at the beginning of the year. But we're certainly further ahead in the fatality rate that is being reported, which I find interesting. I've got a solution for this. Great. We've had more deaths in 2021 than we had in 2020. So no, your solution didn't work. Number 10, war. This one's difficult. We're on the brink of something in the United States. We all know that. I'm actually more, we know that it's going to be either civil, revolutionary, or world. Okay. And I'm actually more concerned with the first two than I am with the third. Number 10, this is another one I'm going to call a tie. No, we don't have war going on, but the talk, the attitude is a lot closer than it was this time last year. Tensions have gotten higher and higher and higher in the United States. Tensions have certainly got higher and higher and higher throughout the world. So we aren't at war, but we're closer than we were a year ago, domestically and internationally. And we certainly aren't going, oh, gee, you know what? Look, the Biden administration solved all the problems with China, with Russia, with Iran. No, we're in worse shape. So, kind of like I talked about with like some of the other stuff. I can't say I'm right, certainly, because we aren't at war, but I can't say I'm wrong because it's not like the threat has gone away. So if we use that, this will tell you like I'm not Nostradamus. What is that? 1, 2, 3. 3 of them I was wrong. 1, 2, 3. 4 of them I was right, and 3 of them the jury's still out. So yeah, a 4-3-3 record isn't get me a head coaching job anywhere. So that's about it. But I'll go into this. It's kind of like what Angry Prepper said a few weeks ago, and then I had said the same thing. You know, I'm not Gene Dixon. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not Jimmy the Greek. Okay, these are things that I see. Did I prepare for every one of these things? Yes, and that's the key, because prepping isn't for something you know that's going to happen. Prepping is for something that you think could happen. Okay. I did what I thought about the stock market. Was I wrong? Yes. Did it affect me? Okay, I didn't make as much money off my investments as I could have. Great. But did I do something solid with the money anyway? Yes. Nobody's ever going to pick the top, pick the bottom in the stock market. Okay, that's a fallacy. It just doesn't happen that way. Was I prepared for the rest of the stuff? Yeah. Did I buy more ammo when it was expensive? Yes. Did I buy more when it was cheap? Yes. Okay. Do I have it? Yes. Okay. In the long run, I have it. That's the thing. So, the whole thing about, and you'll probably see a lot of these over the next couple of days. And of course, tomorrow I will give you my outlook for 2022, and you can take it with a grain of salt, use it for a little bit of entertainment or act on it. It's up to you. But the whole point is, these are things that are possible or probable. Okay. I'm not going to tell you tomorrow that, oh my God, an asteroid's going to hit the Earth on February 22nd. Okay. I'm not going to tell you, oh my God, there's a volcano in the Atlantic and we're going to have a 100-foot tidal wave. Okay. That's fear porn. Okay. Realistic type things that have a good chance of coming, that you can do something to prepare for. That's what I'm hoping for. 4-4-3 or 4-3-3. Yeah, 4-3-3. Hey, at least I was better than 50%. Okay, so at that point, I've got a good future career as a weatherman. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. Pinball out.